what do your clients want more than anything? Or what do the comments in YouTube want from you more than anything? Is it always the basics? Is it always, I want to be bigger, I want to be leaner, or I want to have less injuries? What is it?
Well, it's interesting you say that because I do think that the immediate thing is I want to look better. And ironically, it didn't change for the athletes either. You know, athletes come in and they know they got a certain thing they have to do. But they always, every guy wants to still look better, you know, because outside of the 2 or 3 hours they're playing their game, they're living 21 other hours of their day, you know, in the body that they have, and they want to feel better and look better, and I think that that's just natural for people. But they also do want to feel better in terms of like, they don't want to ache and they don't want to have these nagging injuries. They don't want to be able to, every time they try to go do the bench press because they're told they should, or the squat or the deadlift, every time they do, the next day they can hardly get out of bed because their shoulders are bothering them and their back is bothering them, and their hips are bothering them and their knees are bothering them. Like, they don't want that either. So I do think that a lot of the guys that follow me, probably because of the PT background, they are kind of sick of feeling like they're 30 years older than they are. And they come to me with those requests. And a lot of the athletes, I get a lot of people that come to me because of specifically, can you help me with my shoulder? Can you help me with my back? And to the naked eye, these guys are out there performing, you wouldn't even know that they have a problem. You wouldn't even know that they have a back problem. You wouldn't even know that they could hardly lift their shoulder over their arm up over their head. You just don't, you know. But like
a lot of like UFC fighters, can't raise their shoulder over their head. I mean, there's a lot of injuries out there.
And they still do it. Like, they still do it and they get by. But like, you know, privately they're fed up with it, and they wish there's something they could do about it so they could just feel better. And
do you usually solve a lot of these problems when people come to you? I mean,
I think so. Yeah,
you know,
lower
back pain, shoulder pain. I mean, there's, because like a lot of your videos are about really specific solutions to this, and they go pretty deep. They're actually usually not complicated, but you would never think of them unless you understood the physiology.
Yeah, there's not, a lot of times there aren't such complex fixes, but again, I think it's the willingness to sometimes dial back, accept the fact that maybe I'm going to take, you know, 1 step backwards or 2 step backwards, but I'm looking to jump 5 steps forward ultimately. And that's hard for people. That's hard, just to be willing to do that. I'm one of them, believe me, I am. You know, it's hard to get me to slow down and take a couple steps back, but realizing that when you do this, you're going to ultimately wind up in a better place. The fix doesn't have to be that complex. They just have to be willing to do it, and then they have to be willing to be consistent with it. And consistency is sort of I think where the biggest stumbling block comes.